Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
You know why I'm always bouncing off the wall? Because I get so motivated by all these heroes that we interview. I mean, we just had on the co-founder of the site that became Match.com, who's now investing in over 170 startups with his new company, GrowthX.com. And we just had, get this, $3 billion. Finds this company, founder, chairman, CEO, grows it to a $3 billion company, Steve Hilton, with Meritage Homes. And later on, we're going to have the number one Amazon book author and coach, Lori Handlers, with ButterflyWorkshops.com. And thank you, too, for all the feedback we've gotten from our recent interview with the CEO of Children's Place and the president of Telemundo. Well, it just keeps getting better. I mean, from Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, and she's been on Project Runway. She's got an eye for design and is really doing some cool things. In fact, she won challenges and stuff. We have here Sandhya Garg with her own clothing line, and she could be reached at sandhyagarg.com. Now, let me spell that out to SANDHYAGARG.com. Or, of course, we'll have it on Eliances.com, which you all know, ELIANCES.com. Now, Sandhya, let's get right to it because fashion is so important and stuff. Why do you think people care so much about what they wear, and what does it do for someone who's wearing something that just is unique?
I think, we sort of wear what we are feeling inside. So, if it's a gloomy day, we are feeling gloomy, the clothes sort of show that. So fashion is sort of really important because it not only shows our feelings, but kind of uplifts our spirit. And, if you're walking down the road and you see someone wearing something unique and interesting, it sort of uplifts the soul of the person looking at you as well. So it's really, really important.
Now, Sandhya, one thing I've always wanted to ask someone who is in this industry, who really knows it like you and who's a designer is it really possible to have something that looks good, but also, and answer this truthfully, feels good and stuff of that? Because it seems like most of the clothes that I end up looking good and all that, it either I'm choked by it in the neck, it's too tight, or it's itchy or something like that. Is it possible?
Oh, you should come and, come to my studio and let me dress you. You won't choke, you will be super comfortable, and you will look fabulous.
You know what? I'm going to do after this interview. After this interview, I'm coming.
Oh, yeah. And, it's about finding the right place to, dress yourself up. So if you find the right match, and there are so many unique designers out there doing wonderful stuff, if you find something that, speaks to you, go for it and find comfort, because comfort is not hard to get with fashion.
Now, you were on the show, again, you were on the reality TV show Project Runway on USA Network. You caught the eye of the judges, including show host Heidi Klum, Nina Garcia, and Zach Posen. First, I got to ask, what was going through your mind when you were on the show? Like, when you first appeared on the show, like, were you just jumping out of your skin? Were you ready to pass out? I mean, what's going through your mind?
I think it was so surreal to start with. Like, I was like a kid in a candy store. It was, 5-year-old me in Disneyland for the first time, because it was just unrealistic. Like, these were like these really, really big people in fashion that I had watched on TV while growing up and while going to my fashion school. And these were the people I looked up to, and they were standing in front of me. It was unbelievable. It was an amazing experience, to say the least.
I'm sure one that you will remember forever. Now, your clothing line label, Sandhya Garg, is, quote, a state of mind, intellectual combined with a wry and wit. Explain more about the women who would wear your label. What type of women are they?
So, the women who wear my clothes are sort of, they're artistic, sort of these closeted creatives who've always wanted to, sort of go towards the creative side, have wanted to paint or create things, but haven't been able to because they had a career to follow or have been able to follow it and are beautiful dancers. So I dress women from, different walks of life, and I make conversational prints. So each of my print has a very unique story to it. And, when I speak about it, each woman sort of connects to it. She enjoys listening to it. And she's like, yep, I'm going to get that dress. And they try it on. It makes them feel wonderful. It's super comfortable. And we custom make it to their size. And yeah, so, it's about these unique stories that you listen to on your travels, and you've always wanted to, take that story with you in some way.
Now we're talking with Sandhya Garg. I mean, she from Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week and Project Runway. She's the creator, the designer. You could reach her at Sandhya Garg. That's SandhyaGarg.com. Or of course, we'll also have the link on our website, Eliances.com. ELIANCES.com. And she could, again, you'll hear the link there. Just incredible things going on with her and stuff. And I didn't mean to cut you off there, so please continue. But there's just so many things that I want to ask you in such a short period of time, because to be able to do all this, and we've got people that are wanting to know here, and they're bouncing around here in the studio, as you can see and stuff. They want to know, where does the inspiration come from for you to come up with these designs?
So, it's fine. You didn't cut me off. So the inspiration would come from, I travel, or if I have previously traveled somewhere. So during my travels, I see these crafts, I speak to people, like people who live there, and, they speak to me, and there is some folklore, there are some mythologies. I originally come from India, and India is full of culture, full of stories. So I sort of connect with it. So I'll give you an example. There is this art form in India called Kond. And it is, a very small village of artists who sort of, design taking inspiration from their surroundings. And they look at animals, they look at plants, and then they beautifully, graphically illustrate them. So, and, if it's a few people dancing around trees with some animals, and, they sort of design it in a beautiful manner. So that sort of, inspired me. And then listening to them, what the stories are about, they think if they paint these beautiful paintings outside their houses, it's going to bring them good luck. It's going to keep the evil out. So it's these beliefs that sort of inspire me to create beautiful prints and collections around, these stories. So that's how I take my inspirations. I've been inspired by Morocco, several cities in India. Currently, I'm in Boston, and my studio is in Boston. So I just walk out, and, the city has this unique vibe. So, being inspired from Boston, so the print was inspired from here. So that's how I work. So I feel the inspiration is everywhere.
Now, Sandhya, if you were addressing a group of students in design school, I mean, everybody in design schools, they dream of one day being able to show their work to the world like you have. In fact, your work's been in Cosmopolitan magazine, Elle magazine, and many others and stuff. What would you tell them, though, to inspire them to stick with it and work towards being as successful as you are? Because everybody's always looking for, that magic bullet. Sandhya, nobody realizes how much work and how much time you put behind these creations to be able to launch them. So what would you share with a group of students in design school?
I think, first of all, it's sort of, we sort of lose ourselves we always try to fit in. I think, we always want to, sort of be accepted. I personally believe in standing out. I personally believe in uniqueness and standing up for what you believe in your own unique voice. Even, I think there is no point in sort of, matching with other people. if you cannot be unique enough to be spoken about, then there is hardly any point of being. So the advice, or like I would inspire my students by saying that stick to your guns, be unique, be who you are, and be true to where you come from.
Fantastic. Well, Sandhya, we're going to have to end this interview because you and I you got to dress me here so that I know, so that I'm doing it right here. You design clothes in mind to give people the choices that fit their attitude and drive. You're a hero, Sandhya Garg. You could reach her at SandhyaGarg.com. Just truly amazing. And again, this is David Cohn with Eliances. And when we return, #1 Amazon book author and coach, Lori Handlers with ButterflyWorkshops.com.